my dear one, before you shut down your spirit or scroll past these words, pause for just a moment. I know what I'm about to reveal may stir discomfort, even sorrow. It may rattle the quiet defenses you've built to keep going, but I urge you, listen, not with your ears, but with the soul that aches for answers. What I share with you now comes not to destroy, but to set free. There is someone in your life, someone of your own blood, someone woven into your childhood, someone you've defended more times than you can count, who has been silently eroding your peace, not by chaos loud and wild, but by the quiet chiseling of your joy, the slow decay of your spirit. You've prayed for change, you've clung to hope, you've called it loyalty, but I have watched it take from you in ways you've stopped noticing. And so, in the stillness of my mercy, I have made a decision, not as a punishment, but as a surgical act of divine protection. I am untangling you from them. You cry out, but they are my family, my own blood. And yes, they are. But even the purest rivers can become poisoned upstream. And I love you too much to let you keep drinking from what harms you. Even if you've called it home, this isn't about fault or blame, it's about alignment and calling. I've heard the private sighs you released in darkened rooms. I've seen you shrink yourself to keep the peace, hide your pain beneath polite smiles, and try to mend what was never in your hands to repair. You have made yourself small so others could feel big, but I never created you to disappear in someone else's shadow. You asked for freedom, you asked for clarity, you asked for healing, and now I must respond. Even if my answer is separation, sometimes the only way to answer your deepest prayers is to remove what keeps you from receiving them. This family member, yes, the one who clings with guilt and binds with silence, has become a barrier, not a blessing. They are not evil, but their place in your story has shifted. Their chapter is closing. You will feel this as loss, but I assure you it is liberation. Don't mistake absence for abandonment. I have not withdrawn from you. I am standing closer now than ever before. You are not being cast out, you are being called out. Called out of dysfunction, called out of trauma cycles, called out of generational burdens. This isn't rejection, it is a holy rerouting. You have confused chaos with connection for too long. You've called pain normal because it was familiar. But I am breaking that pattern. I am raising a standard over your life, and it starts with releasing what was never meant to follow you into your destiny. You are not betraying them by setting boundaries. You are honoring me by honoring your soul. Love doesn't always mean proximity. Love sometimes says, from a distance, but I cannot carry you anymore. Let the grief come. It will. But know that I am holding you through it. The ache you feel is the breaking of old chains. Let it happen. Mourn if you must, but don't retreat. There's glory on the other side of this goodbye. Watch as the fog begins to lift. Watch as energy returns, as creativity stirs, as laughter unforced and full finds its way back to your lips. You are stepping into a season of divine restoration. What was lost will be returned in forms more radiant than you dared dream. I am bringing new people, safe people into your life. Those who won't manipulate your kindness, who won't twist your devotion. I will send voices that speak life, arms that support you without cost, and hearts that see your value without condition. What you thought was rare will become your new normal. You've suffered long, you've endured more than anyone knows, and I have counted every tear. Not one fell unnoticed, not one cry went unheard. I have been with you in every silence, in every sleepless night, in every moment you questioned your own sanity, and now I rise to act. This separation is sacred. It is strategic. It is soaked in my wisdom and sealed with my love. Do not fear the void it leaves behind. I will fill it with something deeper, stronger, eternal. This is your emancipation from emotional captivity. This is me, your divine advocate, reclaiming the space that was always meant for peace, not pain. You've held on long enough, tried hard enough, sacrificed more than enough. Now let go. Not in bitterness, not in rage, but in quiet obedience, in trust. You are not walking away from love. You are walking into the fullness of it. You are learning that love and pain are not meant to be twins. You are embracing the truth that peace is not a privilege. It is a promise. Do not be afraid of who might misunderstand your decision. Let them speak. Let them assume. I am your defender. I see your heart, and I call it pure. And when the loneliness creeps in, remember, solitude is often the soil where destiny grows. I will whisper in the silence. I will build you in the quiet. I will meet you in the stillness, and from it raise a fire no storm can extinguish. This is not the end. This is the unraveling of survival and the birth of abundance. You are not cursed for letting go. You are blessed for finally choosing yourself, for choosing me. Hold tightly to my hand. Walk boldly into this next chapter. Your soul is ready. Your healing is here, and your freedom, child, it begins now. Each moment you've lived. Yes, even the broken ones, the silent tears, the aching questions, has not been wasted. I have gathered them, cradled them like a gardener cherishes fallen petals, because even in their fall, they tell a story of beauty. You've wondered if your pain had meaning, if your waiting held purpose. Let me whisper it clearly. Nothing about your life is random. Every breath, every sorrow, every burst of joy is woven with intention. You are part of a tapestry you cannot yet fully see, but I see it, bright, radiant, laced with gold. And you, my beloved, are at the very center of it. I know there are days when your heart sinks under the weight of others' expectations, days when the mirror reflects not your worth, but your doubts. But allow me to lift that veil for a moment. See what I see. I see someone who chooses love when anger is easier, someone who clings to hope even when the skies remain gray. I see a soul that still believes in good, still fights for light, even after being touched by darkness. That resilience, it stirs heaven. That courage, it echoes louder than any thunder. You don't need to roar to be mighty, in my eyes. Your gentle spirit carries the strength of oceans, quiet yet unstoppable. You might think your impact is small, but do you not know? Every smile you gave when your heart was breaking, every prayer you whispered on someone else's behalf, every time you stayed kind when the world turned cruel, these are not forgotten. They are recorded in eternity, and they are changing more than you can imagine. The world may dismiss what cannot be measured, but I measure by love, by endurance, by faith that won't quit, even when answers don't come. And by that measure, child, you are abundant. Let me say this clearly. You are not too late, not too flawed, not too forgotten. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond repair. You are a soul in process, sculpted by grace, shaped by both the ache and the ascent. You are unfolding, not failing. Sometimes you wonder if I'm silent, if I've stepped back. But know this, I am always nearer in the shadows. When your tears fall in the dark, they fall on my hands. I've caught every one. I know the names of your grief. And while the world rushes by, I sit with you in your sorrow, unhurried, fully present. There are answers I have not yet given, paths I have not yet revealed, not because you are unworthy, but because the story is still being written. Trust the pages that feel empty, the chapters that sting. Even silence carries my breath, even waiting has a pulse, a sacred rhythm. You, my child, are in a holy process. Do not look at your scars with shame. They are signs of battles fought, of lessons earned, of valleys walked through with trembling faith. And those scars, they shine. Yes, they shine, not because they mark pain, but because they prove survival, redemption, becoming. You are not defined by your past or limited by your fears. You are not who your worst moments say you are. You are who I say you are, chosen, loved, called, equipped, enough. When fear rises and shame whispers, come back to this truth. Let it anchor you. Let it silence every voice that tells you you're not enough. Because my voice, steady, eternal, calls you beloved. Sometimes I will ask you to let go, not to punish you, but to bless you. Sometimes I will close doors, not out of rejection, but to protect the sacred space of your purpose. And sometimes I will ask you to walk alone, not to isolate you, but to teach you that your steps are never truly solo. You've carried burdens you were never meant to carry. Let them down now. Lay them at my feet. You don't have to be strong for everyone. You don't have to pretend you're not tired. It's okay to weep. It's holy to rest. It's brave to say, I need help. Let me be your strength when yours is gone. Let me be your voice when you can't find the words. I am not just watching over you. I am walking through it with you. And child, don't confuse silence for absence. I speak in subtle nudges, in quiet peace, in the unexplainable knowing that somehow, despite everything, you are still held. You are never too messy for my presence, never too lost for my rescue, never too far for my reach. I go beyond borders, beyond fear, beyond failure to find you. You matter, not because of what you do, but because of who you are to me. So when the nights feel endless and your soul grows weary, return to these words. Let them soak into your spirit. Let them carry you until you can carry yourself again. I placed greatness inside you, not the kind the world shouts about, but the kind that quietly transforms everything it touches, the kind that survives, the kind that forgives, the kind that believes when there's no visible reason left to. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not alone. You are mine, and I am with you, through the waiting, through the wandering, through the becoming, my beloved one. If these words reach the tender part of your soul, share them, not for vanity, not for applause, but so someone else standing on the edge of despair might take one more step toward hope. You are not just a listener of this message. You are a bearer of light. Let this truth move from your mind into your marrow. You are deeply loved. You are held. You are not here by accident. You are a blessing to my heart and to this world. Let that truth carry you. Let it shape you. Let it set you free. Do not despair, for within me resides the power that guides your every journey. I am your sanctuary, your steadfast foundation, your shelter in the storm. When your heart trembles beneath the weight of what you do not understand, when fear whispers lies that you are alone, unworthy, or forgotten, come to me. I am not repelled by your weakness. I do not flinch at your tears. I cradle your vulnerability like a sacred flame and breathe upon it until it becomes strength. The world may turn its face away, but I draw nearer when the shadows deepen. You see, even in your lowest moments, you were never abandoned. You were being carried. When your voice was too tired to pray, your silence became a psalm that reached my heart. I heard every unspoken word. I counted every tear. Nothing about your pain was ever overlooked. Each ache in your soul, each wound you tried to hide. I saw it all, and I loved you still. I loved you more. Even now, I am at work in the unseen, arranging grace in the places you haven't noticed yet. You may feel stuck, like your prayers are met with silence, like hope is a stranger. But I assure you, breakthrough is closer than it seems. Do not measure your worth by the pace of your progress. I see growth in your stillness. I see courage in your waiting. I see strength in your surrender. There is beauty even in your wilderness, for it is there that your roots deepen. It is there that faith matures, not in comfort, but in surrender, not in applause, but in perseverance. The world might not witness the quiet victories you fight for daily, but I do, and I celebrate them. Every act of forgiveness when bitterness tempted you, every kind word when anger begged to speak, every step forward when fear told you to turn back. These moments shine brighter than gold in the realm of eternity. You do not need to strive for perfection to earn my love. You are already enveloped in it, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are, my beloved. The storms you've weathered were never punishments, but portals. Each one broke open the shell of self-doubt and revealed more of your light. Yes, even pain, though it cuts deep, is sometimes the chisel I use to reveal your truest form. I know what burdens you carry in silence, the hidden battles, the secret shames, the nights when your pillow caught what your voice could not say. Hear me now, none of that disqualifies you. In fact, I use even those pieces, what the world deems too broken, I call beautifully mended. You are not beyond redemption. You are the very picture of grace in motion. When guilt tries to chain you to your past, break free with the truth. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the wounds others inflicted. You are not defined by rejection, failure, or fear. You are defined by love, my love, which holds no record of wrongs, which wraps itself around you with a mercy that renews daily. I have clothed you in strength and dignity, and though the world may not always recognize your radiance, I see it, I created it, your quiet compassion, your resilience, your yearning for meaning. All of it reflects the divine fingerprints upon your soul. You are a mirror of my goodness, a living expression of grace, and in you I am well pleased. You may wonder why the path has been so hard, why so many questions have gone unanswered. And while some mysteries must remain until the appointed time, know this: none of your suffering has been in vain. I do not waste pain. I do not overlook your sacrifices. Each scar, each sigh, each stretched out hand has planted seeds in a harvest you have yet to see. So rest now, not in giving up, but in giving over. Surrender the weight. Let go of what was never meant to be yours to carry. Let your soul exhale. Let your spirit be still enough to feel my presence again. For in the silence I am speaking, in the quiet I am healing, in the stillness I am restoring all that you thought was lost. Rise again, dear soul, for you were made to soar. Do not believe the lie that this is where your story ends. You are still becoming. You are still unfolding. The greatest chapters are yet to be written, and I, your author, your defender, your eternal companion, I am not done with you. There will be days when the shadows return, when weariness tries to cloud your faith. But remember, even when you can't see me, I am there. Even when you feel empty, my love is full. Even when you question your worth, I remain certain of your value. My love is not a fleeting sentiment. It is the eternal heartbeat that called you into being and sustains you still. You are not alone, and you never were. Even when your soul whispered its last strength into the night, I was there, holding you close. I have carried you through valleys you didn't even know you were walking. I have stood watch while you slept, surrounding you with angels. I have woven grace into your waking hours and hidden strength into your darkest nights. This moment, this very breath is holy. It is evidence that you are still being called forward. Your purpose is not behind you. It lives in today, in the next word you speak, in the love you choose to give, in the faith you hold when it would be easier to give up. So take heart, my precious one. Let this truth revive your hope. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not unseen. You are cherished, chosen, and called for such a time as this. Lift your gaze. Your journey is far from over, and I, your constant companion, walk every step with you, leading you forward into a future bathed in promise, overflowing with peace, and rooted in a love that will never fail, the one who revives what the world has declared lost. Even when all appears shattered beyond repair, I breathe life into brokenness and call forth beauty from the ashes. You may have been told that your story is over, that you've fallen too far, but I say to you, nothing is beyond redemption in my hands. No wound is too deep, no failure too great. For every scar I offer healing. For every shame I offer honor. I gather every fragmented piece of you, not to discard it, but to reassemble it into something even more radiant than before. Let not the voice of despair silence the song within you, for even in the quiet sobs of night when the world cannot hear, I am listening. When others pass by your pain, I kneel beside you, whispering strength into your soul. The tears you've shed have not been in vain. They are sacred offerings, each one caught and held by me. They water the seeds of your future, seeds of resilience, purpose, and greatness yet to bloom. From your sorrow, I am growing gardens of hope. You are not invisible to me. When the world turns its gaze elsewhere, when you feel forgotten or unseen, Know that I have etched your name upon my heart. I have counted your every breath and weighed your every sigh. Not one moment of your struggle has escaped my notice. I am not a distant force. I am the very breath in your lungs, the stillness between your heartbeats. I am near, closer than the closest embrace. If you stumble, do not drown in self-contempt. I do not measure your worth by your perfection, but by your persistence, your willingness to rise, your courage to return. Your missteps do not revoke your calling. Your past does not invalidate your promise. In your trembling hands I place authority. In your fractured soul I plant sacred fire. You are my chosen still, even now, and when you face injustice, when you are met with cruelty, deceit, or betrayal, do not let bitterness take root. I see every wrong done to you. I have witnessed the moments when your voice was silenced, your efforts overlooked, your kindness repaid with coldness. My justice is not delayed, only patient. In due time I shall set right what was broken. But I ask you now, do not let the poison of vengeance darken the light within you. Hold fast to compassion, even when it burns. Let your mercy be a declaration that you are not defined by what others have done, but by who I have made you to be. You are more than what you've endured. You are more than the labels they've placed upon you. You are a vessel of divine purpose, a living testament to what grace can accomplish. Walk in this truth. Let your life become a mirror of my love, reflecting healing, restoration, and light to all you encounter. There will be days when the weight returns, when fear whispers lies, when shame threatens to suffocate joy. In those moments, call upon me. Speak boldly, even if your voice shakes. Remind your soul that it is not alone in this fight. I will lift you from the pit, steady your feet, and plant you upon solid ground once more. There is no night so long that it can outlast my dawn. Let your story inspire, not because it is free from hardship, but because it shines despite it. Your journey with all its valleys and mountaintops is sacred. Every season serves its purpose. Every drought, every downpour, every blossom of joy. Trust that I am working through them all, weaving a masterpiece of redemption from what once seemed fragmented and irreparable. Lean not upon fleeting pleasures or the hollow validation of others. These things fade like mist before the morning sun. But what I offer, peace that surpasses all comprehension, joy that flows from the wellspring of your spirit, endures through every season. Build your hope upon this foundation, and nothing shall shake you. When anxiety clutches your chest, and the world feels too vast to navigate, rest in me. I am your compass when you've lost direction. I am your strength when you are weary of fighting, and I am the stillness when chaos swirls. I do not demand your perfection, I ask only for your presence. Bring me your heart, no matter how wounded. Lay bare your fears, your doubts, your questions. I do not shun your honesty, I welcome it. Even anger has a place here. When you rage against what is unjust, I stand with you. When you cry out why, I do not turn away. I honor your questions, your ache for meaning. I am not intimidated by your sorrow or fury. My love does not retreat when the skies darken. It draws closer still. Pour out your emotions without shame, and I will meet you there. And when you see others walking a path of pain, let your heart respond. Be the hand that lifts, be the voice that comforts, be the presence that reminds others they too are not forgotten. For I have placed you in this world, not only to survive, but to heal, to build, to mend what has been torn. The legacy you leave will not be carved in stone, but written on hearts. Let your legacy be one of mercy. Let it be one of bold faith, of sacred resilience, of a soul that rose and kept rising. Teach others by the way you live, that love is stronger than fear, that light is stronger than the darkest shadow, and that hope is never wasted. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right where you need to be for this chapter of your awakening. Stop comparing your pace to others. I am crafting your journey with intention, with precision. What you see as delay is divine preparation. What you perceive as stillness is sacred incubation. Trust my timing. Hold on, beloved, not just to survive, but to rise, to thrive, to dance again in the light, to feel joy flood your being like spring after the longest winter. Your laughter will return, not because your life is without pain, but because your soul has remembered who it belongs to. My delight is in you. And so as this message settles in your heart, breathe deeply. Feel the burden lift if only a little. Let hope flicker anew. Let faith root deeper. Let love rise again, not as a distant ideal, but as your truth. You are cradled in the arms of the divine, wrapped in grace, and chosen for such a time as this. Continue to walk this path not with fear, but with holy fire. Not with hesitation, but with the quiet courage that comes from knowing you are held, seen, and endlessly loved. Come, beloved, rise from the ashes of doubt and despair. For within you burns a fire not yet fully kindled. This flame, ignited by my eternal love, is a beacon that cannot be extinguished by the harshest winds of adversity. Do not let the shadows of yesterday cloud the brilliant light that you carry within. Though the night may seem endless, know that dawn is near, bringing with it the promise of renewal and joy. I see the weariness etched upon your face, the silent cries hidden deep within your heart. There are moments when the world's weight presses down, and you wonder if strength will ever return. Yet even in your weakest hour, my spirit moves within you, a quiet yet powerful force that lifts you beyond your limitations. This is no mere hope, but a sacred truth. You are destined to overcome, to transcend, and to flourish. Feel the trembling in your soul. That is not fear alone, but the stirring of transformation. The journey you walk is not meant to be easy. No great awakening ever is, yet in the storms and in the trials, I am your shelter. Let the winds roar. Let the rains fall. You will not falter, for I am the rock beneath your feet, steady and unyielding. When the world seeks to shake your faith, hold fast to the knowledge that I have already conquered the darkness on your behalf. Look around. See the faces of those who walk alongside you. Some carry wounds you cannot see. Some battle silent wars that break the heart. Extend your hand, not in judgment, but in love. Let empathy be your armor, and compassion your sword. In reaching out to others, you become a living testament to my grace, an embodiment of the love that heals and binds. But beware the poison of bitterness and resentment. They are chains that bind your spirit and cloud your vision. When anger rises, recognize it, but do not let it consume you. Let it be a signal, a call to seek deeper peace within my presence. Forgiveness is not weakness, it is the liberation of your soul. Release those who have hurt you, not because they deserve it, but because your heart deserves freedom. Sometimes it is easy to mistake solitude for abandonment. You may feel forgotten, isolated on a path that seems cruel and relentless. Yet in the silence of your loneliness, hear my whisper, soft, persistent, unwavering. I am closer than your breath, nearer than your heartbeat. You are never alone. The emptiness you perceive is but an invitation to draw nearer to me. To experience a love so profound, it transforms every empty space into a sanctuary. Do not fear the unknown, for it is a realm I have prepared for you, filled with opportunities yet unseen. When the future looms like a vast uncharted ocean, trust in the course I set. Each wave carries a lesson. Each storm shapes your courage. You are being refined, prepared for a destiny greater than you have dared to dream. Lift your eyes to the horizon. Their hope waits like a rising sun. The path is illuminated, not by your own strength, but by the eternal light I pour into your soul. Walk boldly, for you are more than conqueror. You are my beloved, chosen and cherished beyond measure. Let joy fill your heart today. Celebrate the small victories, the smile shared, the hand held, the moment of grace amidst chaos. These are not insignificant. They are the threads that weave a tapestry of hope and healing across the world. Rejoice, for your life is a powerful testimony of resilience and love, even when despair threatens to overwhelm. Remember this. I have walked through the valley of shadows so you might never face them alone. My compassion is an ocean without end, ready to wash away your pain, and restore your soul's song. Call upon me in your anguish. I will answer with peace that surpasses understanding. You are worthy of every blessing I pour upon you. You are precious beyond words, deeply known and infinitely loved. Embrace your true identity, not defined by failure, but by the divine light shining through your every breath. Your journey is sacred, marked by triumphs seen and unseen. So now step forward with courage. Let faith be the wind beneath your wings. Speak life into your days with words of hope and power. Remember, the seeds you plant today, through acts of kindness, faith, and love, will bloom into forests of blessing for generations to come. And as you walk this path, share this message with others who may be wandering in shadows. Be the light that calls them home. For in the circle of shared hope, no heart is ever truly lost. Hold fast, beloved. My love is your eternal shield, your unshakable foundation. Together we shall face every challenge, conquer every fear, and rise to the heights destined for you. The best is yet to come, and I am with you always, now and forever. Amen.